Hey everybody, Nick here. Welcome back to the channel. So I was just about to head out for a jog and I decided that I wanted to talk about something that I saw uh, just in the news in Canada. That's why you see me in this shirt, jogging attire. But what I saw was a very happy man because I think it was one of the biggest lottery wins that Canada has ever had, and at a tone of $80 million. Now, I've done videos talking about the lottery before and how it is a rigged game and all that stuff. I also used to play the lottery quite often, and it's amazing how many people buy into it and have that simple belief that they're going to win. It's quite amazing, really. And how few people win it. I'm not going to talk about the scams, all that stuff. I did a video about that. But this is the first time I felt truly envious of somebody. And I don't mean like in a hateful way. The reason why I felt envious of that is the fact that I could use that money to change people's lives. Now, I don't believe that this place that we live in can be fixed. There's just so many facets that can't be fixed about this place. The design of this matrix cannot be fixed. It is the way that it is. It has been created this way for many reasons. But playing within the system, $80 million could change a lot of lives. And me personally, it's not about the money. Like, I don't want the prestige of having $80 million. It's not about that. For me, it would be about the freedom to do what I would want, but also to help people who truly need help in this realm. I wouldn't necessarily take a chunk of the winnings and just dump it on a charity or anything like that. I wouldn't do that because I know those charities are shady. You can see a lot of the CEOs, by the way, on these big charities who make like $150,000, $300,000 a year salaries, or more even in some cases, depending on the company, depending on the foundation or charity. But what I would do is I would help those who absolutely have nothing. I would help animals who are abandoned, specifically where I live, but I would also try to help back where I came from. And I would set up using this money so that it wouldn't end. I would invest it in a way where it would generate more money, okay? Where I could continually help people. And I'm not looking for pats on the back. I'm not looking for accolades or any of that stuff, or congratulations. I'm just really sick and tired of seeing how much suffering there is. And unfortunately, a lot of these lottery winners will never even think or dream of doing what I would do with that kind of money, okay? Sure, I would help friends and those people with a little bit to get them on their way, help them out in a tough situation, but I would not be the open bank for people. I would not be like a ATM for people. And I would make that very clear. Even if they couldn't handle hearing that, but that's just, I would be honest, very honest. So that's the reason why I was envious of it, because I know that, sure, this person will probably help his family, not many people will want to give up that kind of money or do the things that I would want to do with that kind of money. Now, this is who I am. I believe in giving back. I believe in donating clothes to help others. I believe in doing something that changes someone's life for the better in a positive way. We already have enough shit that goes on in this place that none of this ever gets talked about. No one ever really talks about. I know there are people, I realize there are people out there who do help, who volunteer, volunteer is a whole other thing. But who do want to help out and make society better and want to help those who are less fortunate. But it's not the norm. It's not the norm, and especially not from people who win millions and millions of dollars. It's, unfortunately, we've been conditioned to not let go of this kind of money, to hold on to as much money. It's as if people get high off that feeling of being wealthy and the prestige and all that stuff. And it's just, for me, it's not about that. I would open up many different locations for rescue animals. I would set up clinics with that kind of money to save animals if they needed certain procedures or medicines. And again, people will say, $80 million is not that much money. It is quite a bit of money. And in fact, I would, like I mentioned, I would make it that it would keep generating in investments somehow, somewhere, in some way, whether it be property investment. There would be money coming in from that large sum of money. There was no question. And it's just really, really sad because you see, I'm not trying to be emotionally down, but you really see that it's only the people who have very little who like to help. You barely see these philanthropists and things like that, people like that who have an absorbent amount of money, and their only reason for wanting to help would be to save on their taxes, most likely. They can get a tax break or tax exemption. Billy Gates is one of those ones who likes to pretend like he's helping humanity, which is a crock of shit. I just saw a report the other day talking how he's going to donate all of his wealth to his foundation. How is that helping? And then I see all these comments of people saying, oh, he's really truly helping humanity, this and this and this. If he really wanted to help out humanity, he'd use a plethora of that wealth to just help people who have no money. Stop putting into your foundation. That's not the same thing. People don't realize that he's doing that for tax exemption, to save money on his taxes. And that's his foundation. So he's making money somewhere. His money will never end. That is not going to change things, okay? When you want to create all these different types of, I can't say the word here, vaccine, vaccine, or whatever, that's probably the best way I can call it. And it's just unbelievable to me. So, no, I was not envious of this guy just because he's got the money, but simply because the wrong people win these millions, win these lotteries. And his was random. He bought a ticket when he was getting fast food or something on a whim. Whereas you get people who play for years and years and years and years and years and win nothing. He was not this man was not a regular lottery player. It's incredible to me how this matrix is so just lopsided in fairness. There's no fairness here. And I'm not trying to sound whiny or anything. I'm just simply saying how so many people who win this kind of money are irresponsible. Again, not saying this man is, but I highly doubt he would do what I would do. And most of these winners end up spending all their money, all their winnings. You can look it up online, how many people win millions and millions and millions, and then within a year or two, 5 years tops, it's all gone. They've blown it all. So I wish that I could win some kind of lottery like that, only to change people's lives. I truly would not let it change me. A lot of people say, oh, this kind of money changes people. It will change you. No, I know who I am. My personality is already defined, and I know that nothing like that would change me. I know where I was born. I know how I was raised. I know who I am as a being in this realm. And it just seems like goodness never prospers here. And sure, it's just money. I know that's not the most important thing, but unfortunately, while we're in this insane system where everything runs on the paper, it would make big changes for many people and many animals, of course, and children. That's another thing I would do. I would make sure that I have something set up where it can at least make some sort of change. I'm not delusional in thinking that this realm, this place is ever going to be a haven or a utopia. I know that it's not. It's never been like that. It never was, never will be. But if we could do little changes like that, it's insane. Everyone's out for themselves, especially when it comes to lottery winners. The first things I know that they talk about is like, oh, I'm going to buy the new house for us. I'm going to pay off this. And that's fine. They can do whatever they want with the money. Absolutely they can. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be allowed. But you never hear of them, any of them ever wanting to help another, even if it's a stranger or something or someone like that. So, I mean, I don't play the lottery anymore. I'm not in Canada, so I don't have the ability to play. And I mean, it's really a crapshoot, big time. And we already know how much these governments make from all the money that people pay into it. It's unbelievable. I didn't want to imagine how much money the public collectively spend on playing the lottery. It's got to be astronomically high. It's got to be ridiculous. Way more than what the lottery winnings are, by astronomical amount. Like I just didn't want to even think about it. But even so, a lot of these problems could be fixed. I mean, at least helped when it comes to homeless, people starving in so many parts of the world, children suffering. And again, the wrong people are winning the lotteries, or at least these people who are not even thinking about others except for themselves and their own personal situation. And I know I'm going to have some people that come in here and say, well, they can do whatever they want. Absolutely, they can. But $80 million? That's a lot of money. And the first thing people buy are material shit, rather than buy food for people, medicines to help others, like animals. Just, anyway, those are my thoughts on the lottery. Maybe I'm being overly critical. Let me know what you think. It's just something that really struck a nerve, I would say. Do you play the lottery? And if you were to win that kind of money playing the lottery, what would you do? Let me know. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.